Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Jai Om Vishnupat Paramahamsa Paribraj Kacharya Sutar Sat Shishiman His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupat Paramahamsa Paribraj Kacharya Sutar Sat Shishiman His Divine Grace Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada Ki Jai. Anant Kuri Vaishnavan ki jai, Namacharya Haridas Thakur ki jai, Prem se Goshi Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Ganadhara Shiva Sarikora Bhaktavan ki jai, Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopinath Shama Kunda Radha Kunda Giri Govaran ki jai, Shri Vrindavan Dham ki jai, Mathura Dham ki jai, Navari Dham ki jai, Jagannath Puri Dham ki jai, Gangamai ki jai, Yamunamai ki jai, Tulsi Devi ki jai, Bhakti Devi ki jai, Harinam Sankirtan Yagya ki jai, Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Samaveta Bhaktavan ki jai, Nitai Gora Premanandi, Hari 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 Bol, all glories to the Assembly Devotees, Hare Krishna, all glories to the Assembly Devotees, Hare Krishna, all glories to the Assembly Devotees, Hare Krishna, all glories to Shri Guru and Gauranga, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Namo Tvaraya Kasharthe Bhurti Srimad Bhaktivedanta Swami Namaste Namaste Saraswati Guru Mani Vrajari Nani Vishesha Shunamari Prachati. Hare Krishna, dear friends. So please write Hare Krishna into the comment sections. I know that you're here. Let there be light.
Comments?
Yeah. In the meanwhile, if you haven't seen our Krishna Friends sitcom, please take a look. It's on the page. Expand the Bliss, London. And please kindly put a like or comment. Help us to propagate this sitcom. A very important sitcom. This sitcom will change the course of human history. So, yes, please tag your friends, share in groups on your timeline. Simply write Hare Krishna. It's very simple. So we have two fundraisers. One is for the book distribution. If you want to sponsor some books, you sponsor, we distribute here in the streets. Then we have a fundraiser for the printing of Srila Prabhupada's biography, Bhaktivedanta. You may subscribe to this Facebook channel. You get a free digital mattress gift magazine. You can also sponsor us by buying any of the products on the Bliss Store page, Bliss Store shop. And please kindly subscribe to our YouTube channel. Okay, so we have 18 viewers now. Danny liked the sitcom, okay, wonderful. Gangamani, Hare Krishna, Markunse, Madhav Bhatt, Shamdai, Katie. I can't see more than this. Tony, Hare Krishna, Tony.
Doesn't go up. I think that's it.
Nirjala Risal, Hare Krishna. No more, right?
No.
It doesn't go up. Okay, all right. Tyler, Hare Krishna, Tyler. Okay, so we'll start our Bhagavatam class now. We started chapter 14, huh? The daughter of Daksha. Who was doing class the last time?
Well, I was giving yesterday, but it was awkward. I think before that was Hamsini.
Can you ask her? Hare Krishna, Neil. Violetta, Hare Krishna, Violetta. Which shloka did you do the last time?
I did something about sacrifice.
Hare Krishna. Shamdai and Matt Cook. Sacrifice.
Oh, this one I did.
Okay. So number 10. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Ditiruvacha.
Ditiruvacha.
Eshamam tvatkate vidvan.
Eshamam tvatkrite vidvan.
Kamata sarasanaha.
Kamata sharasanaha.
Dunoti dinam vikramya.
Dunoti dinam vikramya.
Rambhamiva matan gajaha.
Rambhamiva matangajaha. Ditiruvacha.
Ditiruvacha.
Eshamam tvatkrite vidvan.
Eshamam tvatkate vidvan.
Kamata sharasanaha.
Kamata sarasanaha.
Dunoti dinam vikramya.
Dunoti dinam vikramya.
Rambhamiva matangajaha.
Rambhamiva matan gajaha. Diti uvacha.
Diti uvacha.
Beautiful Diti said.
Beautiful Diti said.
Eshaha.
Eshaha.
All these.
All these.
Mam. Unto me.
Unto me.
Tvatkate.
Tvatkrite.
For you.
For you.
Vidvan.
Vidvan.
All learned one.
All learned one.
Kamaha.
Kamaha.
Cupid.
Cupid.
Atasharashanaha.
Atasharasanaha.
Taking his arrows.
Taking his arrows.
Dunoti.
Dunoti.
Distresses.
Distresses.
Dinam.
Dinam.
Pour me.
For me.
Vikramya.
Vikramya.
Attacking.
Attacking.
Rambham.
Rambham.
Banana tree.
Banana tree.
Eva.
Eva.
Like.
Like.
Matam gajaha.
Matam gajaha.
Mad elephant.
Mad elephant.
Translation. In that place, the beautiful Diti expressed her desire. O learned one, Cupid is taking his arrows and distressing me forcibly, as a mad elephant troubles a banana tree. Purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Ki Jai.
Right.
Beautiful Diti, seeing her husband absorbed in trance, began to speak loudly, not attempting to attract him by bodily expressions. She frankly said that her whole body was distressed by sex desire because of her husband's presence, just as a banana tree is troubled by a mad elephant. It was not natural for her to agitate her husband when he was in trance, but she could not control her strong sexual appetite. Her sex desire was like a mad elephant, and therefore it was the prime duty of her husband to give her all protection by fulfilling her desire. Om Agyan Dirinandasya Gyanajana Shalakayam Chakshunan Minitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. I was born in the darkness of ignorance, and my spiritual master, His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, has opened my darkened eyes with the torchlight of transcendental knowledge. I offer my humble obeisances unto His lotus feet, Jai.
Right.
Can you turn down the volume on this?
Oh.
So, it is mentioned in the scripture that in this age of Kali, everyone is on the platform of Shudra. Kalo Shudra Sambhavaha. Shudra is the fourth class man. And why is this? Because there is no observation of the Garbhodana Samskara. Although people might be falsely proud of being Brahmanas, it is not enough to be born in a Brahmana family. Hare Krishna, John. That is not sufficient. Krishna says very clearly in the Bhagavad Gita, Chatur Vanya Maya Sistam Guna Karma Vibhagasha. It is by guna and it is by karma. By your propensity and also by working within that propensity. It is not as simply I have some qualification. You must act on it. You must be engaged. There are 6 activities for Brahmanas, 6 duties. Brahmana must worship the deity, he must teach others how to worship the deity, he must read the Shastra, he must teach the Shastra, he must accept charity, and he must distribute charity as well. This is how Brahmanas act. Yes, thank you, Mark. It's 4:13, this shloka. Chaturvanyam maya system guna karma vibhagasha. So, even if one is born in a Brahmanical family, the parents, they have to observe this garbhodana samskara. Otherwise, the family again becomes degraded into Shudra position. So, of course, now we follow the Pancharatrika system. So, it is not required that one is born in a Brahmana family and then cultivate guna and karma. But in the previous ages, it was a condition that unless the parents follow Garbhodana Samskara, you cannot be recognized as a Brahmana. It's very important because the child becomes endowed with all the Brahminical tejas, all the potencies of Brahminical father, mother. When they follow this Garbhodana Samskara, then the child becomes enriched by the qualities of parents. So that is not followed anymore. That is why everybody is like a rascal. They're not interested in spiritual life, simply attracted by sense gratification. Even in religious circles, you can see how much they talk about sense gratification. So now the system is different. Now we must chant Hare Krishna. That automatically puts you on a transcendental platform. We do not pay so much attention to this caste or creed or all these various Vedic regulations because you cannot follow them. What is the use of now troubling your mind? Oh, should we follow this or that? No. You cannot follow them. You don't have the brain. So, Hare Nama eva kevalam kalo nasti vanasti vakati ranyata. Simply you chant this Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. That will rectify all the discrepancies, everything within the process. So, but those devotees who want to have children, they should follow this Garbhodana Samskara. To whatever extent they can do, they should do. Srila Prabhupada said that the couple, they should chant 50 rounds. Now we chant 60 rounds usually, but if you want to beget a child, then it's not a joke. Then you must chant 50 rounds, both husband and wife. And they must be married. And not just that, they have to make sure that the child is educated in Krishna consciousness. When he is born, that is not the end. That is the beginning of your responsibilities for the child. He must be educated. Nowadays, no children are educated about the meaning of life, about the difference between body and the soul, about Krishna consciousness, about prime duty of a human being. They're not educated. They're simply slaughtered. Their intelligence is slaughtered in these modern educational systems, where the whole focus is geared towards materialism, sense gratification, how to eat, how to sleep, how to have sex, fight, That's all. Highly educated animals. So it's the duty of the parents to save the children from the victimization of lust, greed, anger, all these, and make them Krishna conscious. As long as the child is educated in Krishna consciousness, and there is no opportunity for him to come down or to fall down. So it's the duty of the parents. This is scientific sex life. I've already given a class like this before. What is scientific sex life? This is what it is. Garbhodana samskara. So now here we see, this was a long, long time ago, when Diti, she became agitated by sex desires, sex impulse, and her husband, who was her husband? Kashyapa Muni. He was obliged to have sex life with her. And because it was in a very inauspicious moment, that's another consideration, that one should not beget a child at the junctions. Sandhyas, you have heard this Sandhya? Every day we chant in the Gurvashtakam. Yasasti Sandhyam. We should remember the spiritual master, morning, evening, and lunchtime. So these are the junctions. We should not have sex life at these junctions, because that's where all the ghosts and all the rascals, demons, they're coming and they're taking shelter of the mother's womb. Yes. So Diti, she was agitated. See, lust, what an enemy. What an enemy it is to the conditioned soul, lust. Krishna says, it is lust only, the all sinful enemy of this world. Krishna designates lust like that, as an enemy of mankind. We think that, oh, lust, this is wonderful. And people call it love. Love, love, love. But this is the root of all problems. There's lust. It is not love. Love is for Krishna. Lust is for my own sense gratification. And because you want sense gratification, and because I want sense gratification, there's fight. That's why it's the cause of all destruction. There's lust. All sinful enemy of the world. So Diti, she wanted sense gratification. She became controlled by lust. And because Kashyapa Muni was her husband, he was obliged to satisfy her. And because they had sex life at an inauspicious moment, this great demon, Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu also, they were born. And they created so much havoc for the world. So here you can see this is not by accident. This Leela did not take place by accident. This is a warning that please do not beget demons. Follow the Garbhodana samskara. Because if demons come to this world, it becomes a hell of pandemonium. I've written one article last year about Mr. Mizzy. Those of you who have read our Matchless Gift magazine, you know. So this Mizzy, small boy, teenager maybe in his 20s, his favorite activity, he lives here in the UK, is to shoot TikTok videos. How he actually comes into someone else's house. See, he breaks into someone's house and then he's making videos of himself. He doesn't steal anything, but he comes to terrorize people. If someone comes here, young man in his 20s without any announcement and start shooting videos, well, we'll become very concerned and afraid. What is he going to do? So he had this whole TikTok account. I don't know if it's still working because the police, they caught him and he went to jail. But this is what he was doing. Silly prankster videos. Instead of doing something meaningful for the society, simply creating disturbance. So this is an example of unwanted child. A child begotten simply because there's lust. Srila Prabhupada says we should not have sex life like this. Oh, I feel agitation, okay, let's go. I feel a little sex desire, okay, let's go. No, it must be planned out very scientifically. So these demons, they have created so much disturbance, especially for the devotees. Demons have great attraction for blaspheming, disturbing, persecuting, killing devotees. They love it. So be careful. Do not beget children like this. Do it scientifically. And beget Mahabhagavats, pure devotees. The presence of one Mahabhagavat devotee, one pure devotee, can deliver the whole universe. I don't know what people think when they speak of Srila Prabhupada, that he had a heart attack and so many other nonsense things. It's not nonsense, it happened, but we must understand this is a lila. This is transcendental. Srila Prabhupada does not come under the influence of material energy. He is able to deliver the whole universe. That is the power of Mahabhagavat. The confirmation is there in this very canto. Dhruva Maharaj. He was a pure devotee. And he was so powerful that the gates of the universe were choked by his austerity. This is not simply a eulogy that we're falsely praising Srila Prabhupada in a fanatical way. This is stated in the Shastra, the nature of a pure devotee. He can do like this. So even if you beget one pure devotee, he can save the whole world. The impact he has is tremendous. And what to speak of many. Srila Prabhupada calls it Vaikuntha children. That these children are coming from Vaikuntha. Coming from Vaikuntha down or going up to Vaikuntha. Somehow or other they're Vaikuntha children. And we must take care of them very nicely. They're Vaishnavas. There has been so much damage done. So much child abuse in the institution that Srila Prabhupada founded, where do not belong to that institution. But it is very sad. So much child abuse. Because this project of saving the population, the young population, and elevating them to the position of Mahabhagavat has been completely butchered. Now I don't even know whether there's any gurukuls there, or they have compromised with the government. They don't teach any Krishna consciousness. So this is very important. Children are the future of mankind. Srila Prabhupada says that the best way how to train your children is to show proper behavior, proper example. Children are very quickly to imitate the grown-ups. That's how they learn. You can see even the imitation. They have toys that resemble the grown-ups' world. Small car and a doll. The girl is playing with a doll. So that's an imitation of a baby. Mother playing with a baby. So if you are nonsense, then you can teach your children so many things that will see, oh, my father is not chanting, he's not reading, he's not doing. So he will also follow that. He will say, it's over. He's simply saying that, but actually what he's doing, that I will follow. So raising Krishna conscious children means it begins with ourselves. How we should fix ourselves in proper sadhana, in proper behavior, in knowledge of the Shastra, everything. That's how you raise your child, by raising yourself. And then the children automatically, they follow. Oh, my daddy did like this, my mother, she did like this, okay. It's natural. It's natural the children, they imitate the parents. So nowadays people, of course, they will say so many nonsense. They have no idea about sex life. No idea. They simply want to gratify their senses. That is, sex life is for them simply gratification. And similarly, children, they beget simply so they can have their sense gratification with the children, play with the children, and so on and so on. And when the children, they realize, and they also want their own sense gratification, then there's a clash in a society, the children against the parents, and parents against the children. In the Western country, this is very prominent. Children, they don't stay with their parents. As soon as he has an opportunity, he rents his own place and he lives with his girlfriend. They're simply waiting. When can I leave this house? The parents are imposing so many rules upon me. Oh, I want to leave. Sometimes they run away from home. I remember I had two friends when I was a small boy. So I had two friends and they ran away from home. And then they took shelter in our apartment. Then my mom, she had to call their parents. Sometimes they run away. So in India it's different. In India, sometimes people, they live, the whole family, they live together. Grandparents, parents, children, grandchildren, uncle, auntie. And because they all live together, there's very little chance of illicit sex life. This is another important point. There's a class of devotees, they propagate that within marriage you can have illicit sex life. It's okay. Prabhupada very clearly said, no, you cannot. Sex life is simply for procreation, nothing else. But they promote like that, within marriage it's okay. So here, Kashyapa Muni and Diti, they were married. Why this demon appeared in Diti's womb? Hiranyaksha, Hiranyakashipu. Why these demons appeared? Because this was illicit sex life. They begot children at inauspicious time. They could not control the lust. The lust was very strong. The example is given here. It's just like the banana tree is troubled by a mad elephant. So this banana tree represents Kashyapa Muni. And Diti is the mad elephant. Generally speaking, woman's lust is stronger. 9 times more, 9 times stronger than men's lust. It's a very sensual body. Woman's body is very sensual. So the man must be very careful so he does not become influenced by the lust of the wife. He must guide her. He must control her. He must engage her in devotional service. He must instruct her. Yes. This equality, just see the feminism, how much damage it creates, because the woman is thinking, no, I will not be instructed. So then there is zero chance for the man to control sex desire. That is helpful. If you're controlled by men, that will help you. That is a great favor. Just like the spiritual master. We're very grateful that we have the guidance of a bona fide spiritual master because he guides us. He is showing us a great favor. He's pulling us away from suffering, from lust. He's telling us how to control our desires and direct them towards Krishna. So we're very much obliged to the spiritual master. Similarly, the woman, she should also feel obliged to the husband. Oh, he can help me to control my sense gratification. But nowadays the girls are not taught this. They think, oh, husband, he's a nonsense. I will conquer him by sex. I will dress half naked, bewilder his mind, and then he will become my slave. This is not good. It's not good for you, not good for the husband. You ruin the husband. And then the demons are born from your womb. That's a fact. So, of course, the argument can be given that nowadays the husbands are also nonsense. Why should the woman follow some nonsense husband? So that, of course, that is there also. The husband must be qualified. Brahmachari, he must be trained as a brahmachari. Now you see how many boys we have lined up to become brahmachari. 0. You're complaining, oh, man is a nonsense grihastha. Yeah, because you have never encouraged any man to become a brahmachari. You think it's some kind of a weird thing, artificial. People think like that. Oh, brahmachari, you're crazy. You must secretly have some sex affair. They cannot believe. I've encountered this many, many times. They have no faith. They don't believe that it's possible to practice brahmacharya. Yes, it is difficult, it is challenging, but it can be done. Otherwise, why Prabhupada would instruct such a thing? It can be done. And then, when a man is trained as a brahmachari, then he is highly qualified to guide a wife. That is the only. If he can control his sex impulse, then he can also work hard, he can fix his mind on anything. It is stated that a brahmachari, he can do anything. Whatever he determines to do, he will be successful. Preserving the semen is so powerful. It gives you almost like a mystic power. So the woman, they should be thinking like this, not the money, who has the money, who has, muscles, or they should be looking, he's a brahmachari, he can control his senses. This is a high quality man. And then she should respect him. And then he will elevate her. And then when they have children, they become Mahabhagavats. It's like this. But when we speak these concepts, people immediately, they're triggered. They immediately criticize, immediately want to argue. No, what you're saying, this is bad, this is bad. Okay. So if you don't want to be guided, then you have, so many millions of years ago, there were 2 demons, Hiranyaksha, Hiranyakashipu, great demons. Now, everyone is a Hiranyaksha, Hiranyakashipu, because this process is not being followed. Woman is unnecessarily puffed up, independent, rebels against the husband, doesn't want to follow. Then the man feels discouraged. Then he also becomes victimized by sex impulse, sex desire. And then they both fall down. They're simply puppets in the hands of lust. And they beget misis, Varna Shankaras, unwanted children, demonic children. What is the use of that? So this Krishna consciousness movement is the panacea to all these ills of the society. We should take it up very seriously. If you chant Hare Krishna, you can come to the position of a qualified Brahmana. You can follow these 4 regular principles without any difficulty, provided you take the chanting seriously. If you don't chant the prescribed number of rounds as Srila Prabhupada told us, or if you commit offenses, it is not that we're simply chanting, but we should also avoid the offenses. There are 10 offenses stated in the Padma Purana against the chanting of Hare Krishna. Number 1 offense is to blaspheme devotees. If you blaspheme devotees, if you minimize the glories, if you're disrespectful, then you will not be able to chant properly. Krishna will not empower your chanting. And disobeying the orders of the spiritual master. These are very, very serious offenses. If Prabhupada says something, you cannot argue. You must accept that. Nowadays, many people, they argue with Prabhupada. They are speculating. Oh, we can have illicit sex within marriage, it's okay. No, that is immediately. You're disobeying the orders of the spiritual master. Misinterpreting. Misinterpretation. These are very serious crimes against the culture of Sankirtan. So avoid these. Avoid these, chant Hare Krishna, and you'll be able to control your senses very easily. This Hare Krishna Maha Mantra is such a supreme benediction upon mankind. So take it up seriously. Chant. There is no loss, the gain is so high. What is the difficulty? Even if you chant 1 round, you're not going to lose anything, and you're going to gain so much. So these are the topics. Then later on, Lord Varaha will kill Hiranyaksha. We're going to read all of this Leela. Any questions? You can ask question on TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, whatever you are. Here my assistant, Nityananda Prabhu, he will read. Don't worry. He will read all of the questions. And I will try to answer according to my limited stock of knowledge.
Aya is wondering, do you do lessons every day?
Yes. Every day, morning and evening. 8 a.m. in the morning, Srimad Bhagavatam, that's this book. And then we do Bhagavad Gita, 6:30 p.m. in the evening, that's Bhagavad Gita. So you're very much welcome to join us here, ask questions. I'm also available privately. If you don't understand still, you can write me personal message. Those of you who know me, that will certify that I always respond. I don't leave any message unanswered. And try to study this Krishna conscious philosophy from the authority of a bona fide spiritual master, Srila Prabhupada. Any other question? Pertaining to the topics that we discussed today.
Mm-hmm. That's very difficult for TikTok to grasp.
Yeah, TikTok. Yeah. Sorry, this is not a chat club. We're giving a very serious class, Srimad Bhagavatam. So those of you who are serious, you're going to ask serious questions. And if you're not asking serious questions, then we know that you are not worthy of the time. You're wasting time. So you can be dead at any moment. You're passing the street, you get hit by a car, you're dead. So we should use every single second for self-realization, God realization. This is the aim of human life. Those who are not doing that, they're fools. Now immediately we understand it's a fool number one. We don't waste time. Yes?
Someone is wondering, what's the evidence for the mantra? What's the evidence that it's bona fide?
Chant. Chant. That's the evidence. What other evidence you want? You have food in front of you. Eat it. Why are you asking someone, oh, how does it taste? You cannot, even if someone tells you, oh, it tastes like it's very nice. You must taste it yourself. Why are you depending on believing someone else? Just do it yourself. Don't follow blindly. Do it yourself. Why are you following blindly some authorities?
He's wondering, where is the proof that Hare Krishna is the true word of God?
Yeah, the same thing.
You're following blindly.
Huh?
He says you're following blindly.
Why? I'm not following blindly. I follow the Shastra. Brihadaranyaka Purana says, Hare Nama, Eva Kevalam, Kalo Nasti, Eva Nasti, Eva Gatiranyata. I have mentioned this. You're not hearing. I have mentioned this shloka before. I give the evidence. In the Upanishads also, this whole Hare Krishna Maha Mantra is mentioned. Plenty of scriptural evidence. Why I say blindly? That's not blind. You're blind because you don't want to chant and you asking, well, where's the evidence? So you want evidence for something that you can try yourself. How blind is that? I'll give you another example. You want to have sex life. You want to have sex with a woman. And she says, okay, come, let's have sex. So then you say, oh, I don't know if it's going to feel good. So can someone else have sex with her first, then tell me, and then I will have sex? This is your position. You're like that. Of course, chanting Maha Mantra is not mundane sex life, but the analogy is because we want pleasure. Why people want sex life? Because they want pleasure. So this is the pleasure that does not end. Sex life will end. In 1 second, 2 seconds, you're gone. But this Hare Krishna Maha Mantra can go on. Where is that person who is chanting the name of God so many hours as devotees of Krishna? This is the proof. A mundane name becomes hackneyed. You become tired. There's Krishna, you can go on. I've been chanting for 20 years. How can you do this with a mundane word? They must be empowered, definitely. Because the pleasure is unending. Next.
He's saying, just because a book written by a man says chant a word doesn't mean you should read it.
So who are you? You are not a man? You're also a man. If that is your objection, that is written by a man, you're also a man. So I should not hear from you because you're a man. These are very foolish arguments, I'm sorry to say.
Now he's wondering, God or man, who do we follow?
Huh?
Who do we follow, God or man?
I don't follow. Like, first of all, you clarify one thing. So many nonsense you have said, and you're asking more and more questions. First you admit that you're a fool. Why are you asking another question? Try to understand that you're a fool from the first question, and then you go to the other one. You're just simply trying to divert the attention. Try to pin me up on something. Yes. Next. Here's some sensible question.
Okay.
Now, garbage questions finish. Now we have some nice questions. Gabriela is asking, Hare Krishna, there are many male devotees who want to get married with women devotees but do not want to have children. And they think that it's okay to have sex just for satisfying their lust because, one, they are married, and two, their wife is a devotee. And there are spiritual masters saying that it is okay to have sex life within marriage even if the partners do not want children. Why do you think they have the mentality? Srila Prabhupada expressly explained that illicit sex can happen even within a marriage. Because they're rascals, they're not spiritual masters, they're cheaters. They encourage, because, see, people don't want to follow any instructions. Right? People are spoiled. We're spoiled. We're controlled by Maya. We're in Maya right now. So the duty of the spiritual master is to pull us from the Maya. And for that, the spiritual master must speak very strong words. He must chastise the disciple. That's the duty of the spiritual master, to chastise, to regulate. Not to flatter him and encourage. Srila Prabhupada said this Sigmund Freud is such a rascal because he simply wrote about sex life. You don't need to encourage people in sex life. That is natural. You put a girl and a boy together immediately. The sex impulse is awakened. What you should teach people is how to avoid sex life. So that is a spiritual master. He's teaching you how not to have sex life. So these are not spiritual masters. They're bringing wood into the forest. We're already lusty and they're giving you more encouragement in lust. And why are they doing that? Because they want labha, puja, pratishta. See, they're not spiritual masters. They're materialists who posing as spiritual masters.
There are actually many nice questions on Facebook. I can
Yes.
see them. Shanda is wondering, there was a whole argument about women and so on, and sex and so on. She's wondering, as men are supposed to control women, why was it not done here? I believe in the principle of Kashyapa and Aditi. Women should think it's okay if the man is not firm. Women would think it's okay if the man is not firm. Are men emotionally weaker? Sorry.
Well, why was it done here? So we can see what the consequences are. All these demons have come, Hiranaksha, Hiranyakashipu, and started terrorizing everyone. That is a lila, so we see the consequence as a warning. And the next question, are the men emotionally weak? What is it?
Are men emotionally weaker because he was obliged, because he didn't control her?
No. Man should not be emotionally weak. He should be emotionally stronger. If he becomes emotionally weak, then you have Hiranyakashipu scenario.
And
Tyler is asking, does the ego have anything to do with sense gratification? I don't know if my wording makes sense. Yes, ego is a very subtle sense gratification. You have gross sense gratification, with the senses. Seeing, smelling, touching, tasting. And then you have more subtle, mental, for example, mental gratification. You think of some nonsense. Or then you have intellectual sense gratification. You indulge in bogus philosophies. And the most subtle is the ego sense gratification. That is this labha, puja, pratishta. We want to feel important, distinct, important. So there are different levels of sense gratification. Yes.
Matt Cook has a question from above. He's wondering, when someone comes to Krishna consciousness and their partner has not, how should we address it when one partner wants to follow the principles but the other wants sex life and things like that?
How to address it?
Yeah, how to deal with it basically.
Well, there is no answer to this. There's no answer. It's very difficult. Because non-devotees, for them, sex life is the only pleasure in material life. So if you want to deny that, that is as good as killing them. But try to make them devotees. Try to make them devotees. Then it can be done. Everything is a question of communicating. This preaching work is a communication. It is not that we are forcing someone to accept by force, by intimidation. We're communicating the philosophy to that person. So communication means that it must be understood. So it is our duty to explain it in such a way that the person assimilates it and he realizes, oh, actually this is good. This is good for me, yes. And they will agree to follow because they will see it's for my benefit.
Can I also ask a question?
Yes?
My question was about the Garbhadana Samskara, like you were mentioning at the beginning. So after chanting 50 rounds, because we were just talking about this whole topic yesterday with the Prabhus, after chanting 50 rounds, does our consciousness matter in the sex act itself? Can one enjoy, or should he just continue meditating on Krishna? Like, just do it as a duty.
I don't know. This I don't know. This you have to figure out on your own.
Okay, and
I don't think it matters so much as long as you chant 50 rounds. Prabhupada says that the sex pleasure is there automatically.
so that means it's not important to enjoy it. Like you should.
You enjoy it. It's like, of course you enjoy it. It's like it's sex life. It's for enjoyment. There's nothing wrong with it. But yeah, it should not be the essence of life.
Okay, then another question, if I may. So, according to the example of Kashyapa and Aditi, if our wife, let's say, also wants to have sex, we similarly have to obey her, because you said that Kashyapa was obliged to her.
Obliged doesn't mean that there was a shastric obligation. He was obliged because of her strong lust. It was not good. That was not good. He should have not done it.
So
Yes.
Right. Okay.
And later on we're going to read. Prabhupada explains this point.
All right. And just one last. How does it work if one has sex life through these 3 sandhyas? Like.
Well, it's not going to work. Then you're going to have demons as your children. That doesn't work.
But like the sandhya is not clearly defined, is it? You know what I mean? Like,
Yes.
is it at the exact moment?
Yeah. Sandhya means, in the morning, like we chanting Gayatri. That is inauspicious time for begetting children.
So.
Lunchtime, midday,
So 12.
evening,
Yeah.
morning. Don't have sex life.
Well, what is the evening? Because generally.
No, evening is the junction between day and night. The junction. Sandhya means junction.
So like sunset.
In between.
Right. When the sun goes down.
Yes.
I see. Okay, thank you. I'm sure there are more questions if you want to answer. In fact, there are more questions.
Yes.
Shamdai Mataji is wondering, is it right for the wife to accede to the man as a sense of duty, mentally praying to Krishna for forgiveness? Accede. What does that mean?
It means agree. When the man is lusty, is it the duty of the
Oh yeah.
I know that in Islam they have this rule that the wife must, if the husband wants sex, she must give sex to the husband. It's a duty. So there might be some meaning behind it, but why should she agree? This is sinful. She is not obliged to follow husband at every step. If the husband does something wrong, it's not that now because she's chaste wife she must follow the nonsense husband. She should have some sense. She should preach to the husband, why you want this illicit sex, you nonsense. You're going to pollute me, you're going to pollute yourself, and we have Hiranyakashipu children. The wife, she should serve the husband. She should be very obedient, not talk back, very obedient, and then the husband will feel pacified. The sex desire is a gross manifestation of lording it over propensity. Lord it over. Want to lord it over. If the husband wants to lord it over, then be obedient, do what he says, and he will not degrade into a lower platform of controlship.
There's a question on TikTok from Nick.
I'm sure there are many questions, because as soon as we discuss sex life, then there's thousands of questions. But when we discuss pure chanting or preaching Krishna consciousness, then there's zero questions.
Yeah.
Anyway, yes.
Nick is wondering, Prabhu, how much celibacy is the minimum in spirituality?
Minimum celibacy?
Yeah, how much is it the minimum?
Just don't have sex. Minimum, I don't understand minimum. Before you marry?
I think in general, like how much can I get away with to do as minimal as possible? And still
Well, it's not a question of minimum, you should think of maximum. You should not at all have sex life, but if you cannot, then you should marry and have Krishna conscious children. There's no minimum. Okay? Anything else?
He's wondering maximum? Question mark.
Yeah. It's very beneficial. Srila Prabhupada says if you can simply control your sex desire, you 80% chance that you go back to Godhead. Why you want minimum? Suppose I give you, a room full of banknotes, and I say go and take as many as you like, and you say what is the minimum I can take? Why are you thinking minimum? Take maximum. Maximum benefit.
Once in a month is fine? Question mark. He's wondering.
Once in a month to have sex life? No. Why should you have at all? Don't have at all. Well, why you need it? It is just like itching. When you scratch it, it itches more. When you leave it, then it disappears. That agitation disappears.
Okay.
See, if I say once a month you can have, then I'm encouraging you in sinful activities, and I will go to hell. These are not so easy to be here and answering questions. You want to drag me to hell by asking that question. So I will not be dragged to hell. I'm sorry. I don't want to go to hell. So I cannot give you any such permission.
Some other person, Sempo, is wondering, Dear Prabhu, I have a question. If Krishna is not lustful, why did he have 80 children?
That is spiritual lust. That is different. Just like the tortoise. You have read the Bhagavad Gita? Everything is in the Bhagavad Gita. Krishna explains just like the tortoise extends the limbs from the, how do you call it, the shelter?
Shell.
The shell. Whenever he needs. Similarly, the yogi is using his senses whenever he needs. Not that when there's dictation, like here, Diti. The lust was forcing her and she broke all the rules. That's not being in control. Being in control means, when there's a Garbhodana samskara, then you get a child. Okay?
Do you want to do more questions, or because I don't know how to answer
Yeah,
this?
Matt is asking, why do people try and find loopholes in the teachings? Yes, very good, yes. Matt understands. They try to find yeah. We might not be qualified. See, no one is qualified. In Kali Yuga, we're all sinful, we're all addicted and attached and weak. But don't ask for permission. Because then there's no chance. There's no chance for you if you ask for permission. You cannot control your sex desire. Okay, so I'm not condemning you. It's very difficult. But don't make it a rule now that, it's okay. It's not okay. That's not the standard. If I say it's okay, then you will never come to the real standard. So we should be humble. Just because I cannot follow doesn't mean that the rule is wrong.
And there's a question, who is Hare Krishna?
Hare is the energy of the Lord and Krishna is God. So God is not only controller, He is also the sum total of all energies. This idea that God is the creator and that there's very, very imperfect idea of God. Because I am also controller. See, then any damn rascal number one can become God. If you don't understand that God is also the sum total of all energies, then any damn rascal can come and pose as God. Supreme controller. You don't know who is the supreme controller. Someone might, manufacture some gold immediately. You think, he's the supreme controller. He gives me money. So you should understand. Hare is the energy and Krishna is the energetic source. This is the full conception of God. And by chanting Hare Krishna, you are re-establishing your forgotten relationship with God, with Krishna. So do it.
So the person is spamming, do you have to break away from your families if you don't?
No. Who said that? Where did you get this idea? Here we have so many couples. Who's telling you to break away? Don't listen to misinformation.
Sempoy is wondering, Prabhu, Sempoy on TikTok, Prabhu, how can I realize Krishna? Because I still hesitate, because I don't understand a lot.
Read Srila Prabhupada's books. Prabhupada wrote so many books for this reason. So you deepen your knowledge about Krishna. Then when you get the knowledge, then automatically you surrender. It's very simple. So read these books.
And
that's what we're doing on these live streams. We're reading every day, we read a little bit and we discuss. So read the books, join us on these live streams, you'll be able to surrender to Krishna very easily. Yes?
Elson is wondering, what Hare Krishnas think of Advaita Vedanta?
Advaita Vedanta is describing the non-dualism. Non-dual. Everything is God. So that is true to a certain extent, but it is not the full idea. Because as soon as you say everything is God, then the question arises, why there's separation? Why there's Dvaita? If everything is Advaita, non-dual, why there's dualism? Just like now, you asking me question. So why are you asking me? Because I'm different than you. I'm not you. You are you, I am. So that's dualism. Why this dualism is there? Even if you say it's illusion, why the illusion is there? Why? So the Advaita Vedantists, they cannot answer this question. But we can answer the question. Everything is God, and at the same time, it is different. This is the sublime philosophy of Achinta Abheda Bheda Tattva. The philosophy of inconceivable dualism and non-dualism, simultaneous. That is propagated by Lord Chaitanya. The sun and the sunshine are one. That you have the Advaita concept, are one, sun and sunshine. But at the same time, if I say, because there is a sun ray coming into my room, that's why there's a sun planet in my room, that is not correct. So they're also different simultaneously. So God, we're one with God, and at the same time we're different. We're parts and parcels of God. Nityo nityanam chetanas chetananam ekabhaunam yabhirarati kaman. You are eternal, God is eternal. Nityo nityanam. God is conscious, chetanam. You are conscious. But God is supremely eternal. He never comes under the influence of this temporary material nature. And He is also unlimitedly conscious. You are simply conscious of the pains and pleasures of your body. You're not conscious of the bodies of others. That is the difference between you and God. So this is stated in the Upanishads. Yes, next.
This person is wondering, are you enlightened or still waiting to get enlightened?
So now suppose I say that yes, I am enlightened. Will you believe me? Please answer. If I say I am enlightened, you going to accept that? Just because I say so?
He's saying yes if you speak of Brahman.
No. Forget about Brahman. You're going to accept this, right? Just because I say now on a camera, I say, yes, I am enlightened. You accept that? Yes?
He's not responding.
Because if you accept that, then you...
He says, I may, if you be my guru.
Okay, I'll be your guru, whatever you want. You accept it. So if you do that, if you accept it, then you're fool number one. You can be cheated so easily. Just because someone says, I'm enlightened, you're going to accept him. Then you're a fool. Fool number one. There are symptoms of an enlightened person. That is stated in the Bhagavad Gita. He is not attached to material sense gratification. He controls his senses. And he knows the absolute truth. He must manifest. He must manifest the knowledge. He must know the knowledge. Like that, so many things. It's not so cheap that simply saying, I'm enlightened, he becomes enlightened. So, see how easily you can be cheated. You should be careful. And if I say, I am not enlightened, Sorry, suppose you don't believe me. If you say, no, I don't believe you, then what is the use of asking that question in the first place? So that question is nonsensical. Here is the process. Here we have the process, Krishna consciousness. Here is the enlightened spiritual master, Srila Prabhupada, that we can see by his books, by what he has presented, how he presented his philosophy, how he preached Krishna consciousness all around the world. His exemplary behavior. That is an enlightened spiritual master. So take up the process, and you yourself, you become enlightened. Don't waste your time asking silly questions like this. Next. I think we should finish, no? Yeah? Okay, sorry. We have to finish. Thank you so much. Krantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Nitai Gaura Premanandi Hari 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 Bol. Nama Om Ishtaparaya Kastavastaya Bhurtiri Srimad Bhakti Vedanta Samani Dhanamana Namaste Saraswati Devi Guruvani Bracharina Nishesha Shulamari Brachatarish. Can keep on streaming, no? The kirtan.
Sure.
Yeah.
The phone will not charge for some reason. We're doing good with the
Yeah.
Can you sound the Govinda now? Yeah.
Let's just chant like this. Govindam Adipurusham Tamam Bhajami. Govindam Adipurusham Tamam Bhajami. Govindam Adipurusham Tamam Bhajami. Venum Kvamantam Moravindalayaratasham Bharavatasam Samasitam Buddham Sundarangam Kandat Pakoti Kamaniya Visishashubham Govindam Adipurusham Tamam Bhajami. Govindam Adipurusham Tamam Bhajami. Govindam Adipurusham Tamam Bhajami. Ajnani Asya Sakalin Triyavriti Manti Pasyanti Panti Kalayanti Chiram Jaganti Ananda Chinmaya Sarujvala Vigrahasya Govindam Adipurusham Tamam Bhajami. 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 Shri Gauri Tai ke, Srila Prabhupada ke, Tai Gaura Premanandi Hari 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 Bol. Jaya Prabhupada.
Okay, come from.
Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada.
Bring the flowers.
Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Srila Prabhupada.
Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada. You coming, Prabhu? Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Srila Prabhupada.
Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Srila Prabhupada.
Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada.
Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Srila Prabhupada.
Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada.
Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Srila Prabhupada. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Srila Prabhupada.
Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada.
Namaste Paraya Krishna Vastaya Bhutri Srimad Bhaktivedanta Swami Nidana Namaste Saraswati Rika Guruguni Bracharina Nirvishesha Shunamari Pashtakta. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Srila Prabhupada.
Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada.
Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Shri Guru Charana Padma Kevala Kati Sadma Shri Guru Charana Padma Kevala Kati Sadma Bandamoi Savadana Mahate Bandamoi Savadana Mahate Yahara Prasade Vai He Baba Chori Ajay Yahara Prasade Vai He Baba Chori Ajay Krishna Prapti Hoi Jaha Hoi Krishna prapti hoy jaha hoite Guru mukha padma bhagya ite koriya kya Guru mukha padma bhagya ite koriya kya Arana koriyo maneha cha Arana koriyo maneha cha Guru charane rati aise yutama gati Je prachare pure sarva asha Brachare pure sarva asha Aksuran dilo jai janme janme prabhu se Aksuran dilo jai janme janme prabhu se Divya Gyan de Progachito Divya Gyan de Progachito Prema Bhakti Jate Avidya Vinasha Jate Prema Bhakti Jate Avidya Vinasha Jate Jai Jahara Charito Jai Jahara Charito Shri Guru Karuna Sindhu Varamaja Nara Bando Shri Guru Karuna Sindhu Varamaja Nara Bando Gana Lokera Jivana Gana Lokera Jivana Prabhu Kara Doya Deo More Padachaya Prabhu Kara Doya Jaya Evarata Tribhuana Evarata Tribhuana Sera Prabhupada Patita Pavana Sera Prabhupada Laila Charanya Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Oh Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ke Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunavadi Paschachari Siddharine Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Srivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Srivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Chaitanya Srivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Chaitanya Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Gaura Nitai, Gaura Nitai, Gaura Nitai, Jaya Gaura Nitai. Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Shri Guru Nitai ke, Srila Prabhupada ke, Nitai Gaura Premanandi. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivrajacharya Saturasata Srimad His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivrajacharya Asaturasata Srimad His Divine Grace Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada ki jai. Anant Kori Vaishnavan ki jai. Namacharya Haridas Thakur ki jai. Prem se kho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasari Gaura Bhaktavinda ki jai. Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopinath Shama Kunda Radha Kundagiri Govardhan ki jai. Shri Vrindavan Dham ki jai, Mathura Dham ki jai, Navadi Dham ki jai, Jagannath Puri Dham ki jai, Gangamai ki jai, Yamunamai ki jai, Tulsi Devi ki jai, Bhakti Devi ki jai. Harinam Sankirtan Yagya ki jai, Grandharaj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Samaveta Bhaktavinda ki jai. Nitai Gaura Premanandi, Hari 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 Bol, all glories to the assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to the assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to the assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to Shri Guru and Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Amo Hare Krishna Prasthaya Bhutri Shmari Bhakti Vedanta Savani Namana Namaste Saraswati Devi Guru Vani Manachari Nani Vishesha Shula Hari Pascha. Mm-hmm.